back to the issue of June 12th, there's no way we are going to talk about June 12th without mentioning your boss, which you are still speaking terms with.
Boss.
Yeah.
And you pointed at my TV set.
No, I'm pointing at you. So, without the annulment, what do you think could have changed? The power dynamics, do you think could have changed? Had it been IBB did not annul June 12th election?
Well, I'm not dodging your question.
Yeah.
I'm not dodging your question. But I've often found it helpful to deal with if, because it becomes speculative. We don't know. Abiola might have turned Nigeria into a Switzerland, a paradise. On the other hand, the system might have defeated him. We just don't know. And I just think it's more productive for us not to go down that speculative path. What I want to say about June 12th is this. June 12th will continue to be the beacon by which the present and the future of Nigeria will be judged. What do I mean by that? June 12th is no longer about the actualization of the mandate. It cannot be actualized in any case. The man is dead. And by giving him the highest award reserved for presidents and giving his deputy the number 2 award reserved for vice presidents, I think indirectly Buhari has actually recognized the election of June 12th. He can't do more than that. But is June 12th now just all about the actualization of a mandate? And my answer is no. June 12th is going to symbolize, if I can borrow Chino Achebe, the time when there was a country. Or if I could modify that, if you will allow me to modify that, the time when there was a nation. We voted across religious lines. We voted across tribal lines. Abiola and Egbaman went to Kano, defeated Tofa, who's from Kano, who then turned around and defeated Abiola in Port Harcourt in the south. So we voted across tribal lines.
And a Muslim ticket.
That's right, man. Then we voted against religious lines. We voted against social cleavages.
Yeah.
Both the poor and the rich voted for 2 millionaires or 2 multimillionaires. Now, what has happened since then? All the indices show that the cleavages we thought we had overcome June 12, 1993 are not only still with us, they are even worse now. So, we have to reclaim June 12 by addressing those cleavages. Again, infrastructure, youth unemployment, health, education, religious antagonisms. We now need to address them. Every United Nations or IMF reports that we have had every year since 1999 had shown us regressing. We've got to stop that regression. We've got to not only put on the brakes, we've now got to turn it around and start coming back. So that to me is now what June 12 means, and not some debate about whether we should do what. Declare him president. You've given him the honors. 1 + 2 = 3. I don't need to spell it out for you to know that. So, and Buhari has done that. Not only giving us June 12th now as the Democracy Day. Do you know what that means? Why do we not focus on the symbolism of things and rather going for this, elementary interpretation of whatever it is? To me, we will never finish actualizing June 12th.
Thank you, sir. What manner of man was M.K.O. Abiola? And why did you throw yourself into the thick of democratic struggle then? Because of Abiola? Because he was a Yoruba man? Or because you believe in democracy?
What kind of a man was Abiola? Was the first question.
Yeah, for the sake of posterity.
A badly misunderstood man. Even those who are embracing June 12th still cough when they want to talk about Abiola. To me, Abiola was a Greek hero. He was not a reckless man. He was a brave man. And what do I mean by bravery and heroism? Somebody who sees a problem, confronts the problem, and is prepared to pay for the consequences of confronting the problem. Look, Abiola is not a stupid man. It's not possible for a stupid man to become a billionaire. A military man is in government. You have a military government. And yet he decides to go and declare himself a president. He knew he was challenging the military, and he knew the military has only one way of reacting to challenge. They shoot. They don't negotiate. That's what is happening in Sudan now. They shoot. So he knew there was going to be a pushback from the Abacha regime, and that was going to threaten his life. Nadeko did not advise him to declare himself president. In fact, we tried to stop him. But when we discovered we couldn't stop him, we laid on that Nadeko route. He refused. He would declare himself and he would stay in the country. He knew he was risking his life. Plan B. If you're going to do that, declare yourself, then go to an embassy for asylum. The United States Embassy offered him asylum. I know that because I was involved in some of these negotiations. He refused. He was going to stay and confront this issue of reclaiming his mandate. Then he went into a safe apartment, and after a while he got fed up, and his last triumphant trip down Ikorodu Road to his house said he was going home, and he knew they would arrest him. I mean, if this is not bravery, if this is not the hallmarks of a hero, then what is? And he went home, and his house was surrounded by the security forces, and he was arrested that night. Let me tell you something, which a lot of people don't know. He's still alive, thank God. Chief Donyo Okukwe and I were the last two people with Abiola that night. It was even my telephone he used to have that BBC interview.
They are taken with Alago.
And I even teased him. Said, sir, the most powerful, the richest man in Nigeria, you don't have credit on your phone. You have to get the phone of a poor professor like me to do the interview. Because it was my phone he used.
What is happening at your house? Are you being arrested?
I'm being arrested. I'm just going out now with the police.
Hello?
You see, there's a large crowd here, and I was being escorted out to detention by singing the national anthem.
Why are they arresting you?
They are arresting me on an allegation of felony, nameless treason or something like that. They're not doing anything, they're just taking me away. Please let me go. You know, I'm delaying them.
And so where are you now? Are you in your car?
I'm in my car now.
Is it police who are with you in your car, or are they escorted? Are they
Yes, the commissioner of police is in the car with me, and my senior wife is in the car with me.
And then when he finished, and I heard what he was about. You all heard what he was saying.
Yes.
You know, my house has been surrounded.
Yeah.
I don't know what is going to happen.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 this. Then he finished. And then he said, Professor, I think you better go. I said, why? He said, well, you don't look like the type who can tolerate force and roughness. We don't know what these people will do when they bust in here. Please go. So I said goodbye to him, and I left. I left Doyi there and said goodbye. And of course, when I got out, I ran into the hands of the police. They treated me well. Their commander was even surprised. Prof, what are you doing here? I said, well, I came to say hello to Abiola. I said, well, let them check the boot of your car. I said, but it's a Renault. Even I cannot fit into that boot. Not to talk about Abiola, who is twice my size. He said, let them open the boot. Because if Abiola disappears, they will say you are the one carried him in there. So they opened the boot. Of course, Abiola wasn't there. And that was the last time I saw Abiola. Now, are all these things I'm saying, are these the characteristics of a reckless man? Of a coward? No. Abiola made himself a sacrificial lamb for democracy. And I'm saying that in a positive tone. He was a man. He was a man to the very end. 2 days ago, I got a copy
of letter you sent to Ganify me.
Yes.
I have it too.
Good. 2 days before he died, he wrote that letter.
Yeah.
He was offered freedom by
M.K.O
and Kofi Annan in exchange for surrendering his mandate. He said never. And this man who for 4 years had been in prison, had lost his wife, and he still said never. No. The world should stand up and recognize him as a man. That is my image, and that will forever remain my image of Abiola.
Okay, now talking about Kofi Annan and M.K.O. It's on record that Kofi Annan came to Nigeria and he had barely left when Abiola died.
No. You are confusing that with Susan Rice, the American Assistant Secretary of State.
Yeah.
They had left. Then the American delegation came, And he died in their presence, not that he had hardly left.
Yes.
He died in the presence of the American delegation.
Don't you see something? It's not something fishy there.
I don't know. I don't know. Only God, well, not only God and those involved know. I have spoken to 3 of the people who should know because they were there. But only God knows who tells the truth. So I don't know whether what they told me was the truth or not. I am old enough in this game to know that the truth can be shaded. You know, you could put a spin on what you are saying to leave people confused, or to leave people unable to really decide whether you... So, I don't know.
All right, talking about the Nadeko route. Do you talking about Nadeko route, why did he reject the offer? Don't you think because he was the Arena Kaka for the Generalissimo? Because based on what I've read so far, Chukwumereji, that propagandist then, mocked him when he first traveled out of the country, that he was the Generalissimo that was running away from war.
Again, who knows what was going on behind Abiola's mind? Who was it? Shakespeare, who said, who can read you know, well, how did he put it? Who can read what is in the mind of a human being? I don't know. Nadeko tried to persuade him not to declare. And when I was alone with him and the wife, I asked him, why are you still insistent on doing it? It is dangerous. He said, because I left the country, they called me a coward. I am not a coward. I won't change my mind. I am not a politician. I was not a politician. Like Olikoye Ransom Kuti, I was a KIK, you know, Chu Okongo, I was a professional in government. And should that occasion arise again, yes, I will be prepared to serve, but not partisan politics. And when I say I will be prepared to serve, that's rhetorical. I'm 77 and a half. I mean, I'm ready. I haven't collected my boarding pass yet, you know. But,